Hey, welcome to my first Supercar Driving Academy guide for Assetto Corsa EVO in the Lotus Emira for this one, and we're going to be spending about half the run actually driving down this straight, so there's not a huge amount to talk about. Most of the action's done in the second half of the lap, but for now we're just aiming to make our line as straight as possible, keeping it as tight as we can, close to the wall, going as straight as we can, and minimizing our steering input to avoid shaving off any speed down the straight. Now, for the first turn, we're going towards the right side of the track. We're looking for the 200 board, and we're going to be braking just before or just at that board. Hard on the brakes, bringing it down to second gear. For this turn, we want to be cutting as much of the inside curb as we can without touching the cone. There is a step part of the curb that raises up a bit, so you will bump over that a little bit. Make sure we've cut down enough speed so that we don't go too deep into the turn. And we should be flat out for a wee while now. Make sure we use all of the inside curb here and bring the car back towards the right after this turn, because we're going to open up the entry line for the following turn right up here. So coming back towards the middle of the track and then not turning too late, using all of the inside curb except for that step part. We want to be as smooth as we can through here, and hitting that step part of the curb will probably knock us wide onto the grass on exit. On exit, we just want to make sure we don't touch the sand, but use all of the curb available, carrying our momentum all the way out, carrying as much speed as we can on exit. So for the next braking zone, we're looking for the cone on the right. We can move towards the outside of the track, even putting a wheel onto the curb, and we're braking hard as we get to that cone or just before it, shifting down to third and keeping to the left, using all of this curb on the inside. And preparing for the next turn already, we want to make sure we stick towards the left side of the track, opening up an entry line for the right, and then using all of the curb on the right again, not touching the sand, just using all of the curb. And being patient on throttle, don't get on throttle too early here, because we don't want to end up on the sand on exit over this side, but using all of the curb once again and carrying our speed towards the finish line in this lap, doing a 49.8. It is quite tricky to take that S section flat out after the first turn, so if you are struggling there, just lift a little bit before you enter the turns and you should be alright. I hope this has helped you out. I'm going to play the whole run again through without any interruptions, so I hope you've enjoyed the guide and see you in a video again soon.